I grew up on a dairy farm. We raised registered Holsteins and Brown Swiss for about 30 years. In 2008, Mom decided she wanted to retire. Sherry wanted to get married, and so it made sense to sell the cows. Now we just farm the original 120 acres. We raise corn, hay. My brother-in-law raises some soybeans, and we have some steers and some horses. And it keeps us busy enough, probably as busy as we want to be or have time to be. The rodeo, it's just a way of life for us. I joke with people that I have 50 kids that aren't mine that call me Mom, and I got involved with Little Britches about 4 years ago, and we had sold the cows, and we'd always had a 4-H club, and we didn't have the 4-H club anymore, so I was looking for something to do with kids again. I fell into Little Britches. It was a friend of mine was the president and asked me to come take some pictures at a rodeo, and before I knew it, I was on the board, and then 2 years ago I was elected president. It's probably one of the most fulfilling things that I've done in the last 10 years. I grew up in Farm Bureau. I started doing the discussion meet. I did that for 10 years. Finally, luckily, I was fortunate enough to win, and I went to Atlanta and made it to the Sweet 16 in Atlanta, and that was a huge deal. I'm now on the board of directors this year, and I've taken over the Public Policy Committee. I'm also the co-chair of the Communications Committee and of the Membership Committee. I also am actively involved with social media. I try and tell my story of agriculture to anybody that'll listen. I tweet on a regular basis, pictures, video, anything I can get my hands on about agriculture. I have a Facebook page personally called The Common Sense Cowgirl, just kind of telling my own story of agriculture. And then I also take care of the county's Farm Bureau Facebook page, and I try and post things about what's going on in the county, issues that we're facing, legislative issues that come out of the home office and from AFBF, and just try to keep everybody informed as much as I can about agriculture. I got involved with our local women's club. It's a great community organization. We try and do a lot of things locally. This year, we've partnered with our local Rotary Club, and we're doing a literacy program where we're going to be distributing books to preschool kids 3 times this year. So I just think that's such an important program. And then we also, I'm very patriotic by nature. It comes from having a father who served in Vietnam and who was always very patriotic. So red, white, and blue runs deep in my blood, and so anytime I can do something involving the troops, I'm ready to jump on board. So this year we're doing a project for the troops where in November we're going to do a packing party. We're going to assemble care packages that are then going to be shipped to troops that are stationed overseas, and that's going to be our Christmas project this year too, just kind of a way to give back to the men and women who are fighting for us so that I can stand here and talk to you and I can farm and do the things that I do.